Hi, everyone. I'm going to give everybody a few seconds to join in. Um, I'll probably just speak on a few things just by myself before everyone joins us. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Arianna. I was Miss Michigan 2016 to 2017, and I had the opportunity to compete at Miss America. I'm here just on behalf of this pageant to speak a little bit about the phases of competition, what you'll need to prepare, what to expect, what you need to do to invest in if you were interested in competing, and I'll be here to answer questions as well. So the very first thing that I wanted to sort of cover were what makes Miss International Fashion and Travel so unique. When I was going through the phases of competition, it seems like pretty standard. There's a fun fashion portion where you can sort of pick an outfit to reflect your personality. There's the swimwear, and that can be a one-piece or a two-piece. There's the evening gown portion, along with talent and on-stage question. So that sort of format's very similar to most other pageants that you'll come across, whether that be at Miss Universe or Miss America. So if you have experience competing in other pageants, this would be a great fit for you. But what makes this pageant so unique is that we have this online portion that sounds really fun to me, something that I didn't have the opportunity to when I was competing. So essentially what happens is that after you submit your application and you pay the fee and we receive that in full, you will be invited to create an UpLive account. And basically that's sort of a platform with over a billion people, sort of like Instagram, that come in and can see what you do on a day-to-day. So that's where you can upload videos about what your job is, what your hobbies are, your talents, if you want to showcase them through that platform, and essentially practice and develop your skills of becoming like a social media influencer. And the fun thing about that is after a certain amount of engagement, you'll actually receive financial compensation for it. So you will essentially be paid for participating and for showing people you're live. So that's extremely exciting. And I think how it works out in the end is around $200 a month for 1 hour of engagement. So if you kind of think about what you'll be investing in terms of the fees to participate and what you'll be able to get out of it, I think that's a pretty good deal. So I kind of wanted to speak about what you'll need to do to prepare. If this is your first time competing, or if you're coming across this, you might not know what you need in order to jump into it. You might feel the want to participate, but not know how to get started. And so I wanted to sort of touch on that because I think pageantry is a great way for young women to gain confidence, to open doors to new opportunities, to meet people, to develop your professional skills for your future career. For me personally, I got to meet the governor a week after I won my title. I actually haven't touched this crown in a few years, so this is very exciting. But I got to meet the governor. I got to go to Washington, D.C. and speak with my state representative. I got to speak on immigration reform, I got to travel the country advocating for the things that I feel passionate about. I started an internship at a law firm because of being crowned Miss Michigan. I have my current job because I brought that up in my interview. So just because it might look glamorous and it might seem like a departure from what your life goals are, for me, I owe most everything that I've obtained in life from my experience competing. So the very first thing that we want to look at when jumping into competing is what's on everybody's mind, which is how much will I need to spend? For this particular competition, it is an $80 entrance fee. So that's just to get you registered and in through the door. In terms of pageants, that's very modest. I know for the Miss Universe organization, the entrance fee is around $3,000, depending on the state that you compete in. At Miss America, it's around $1,000. So $80, that's, I think, a very great investment in yourself. When it comes to the swimsuit, the gown, what you'll wear for fun fashion, what you'll wear for talent in your interview, that how much you end up spending is completely up to you. My very first competition, I think I spent around $200 on everything. I borrowed a swimsuit, I borrowed an evening gown, it was my friend's prom gown. I bought all my makeup at CVS, and I showed up with everything in a garbage bag. And I ended up winning around $750 in scholarship money. So in terms of how much you're willing to spend, I've seen girls win in a $100 gown. I've seen girls not win in a $5,000 gown. So how much you're willing to spend doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be more successful over someone that spent a little bit less. So I want to show you a few pictures to sort of get you guys to visualize what your experience could be. So at Miss America, I ended up winning the talent award. I played piano, and so I wore this gown with this cape. I thought I looked pretty cool. So if you can imagine yourself, if you've played piano your entire life and it's something that you love to do, and for me, something that I wanted to get back to because I didn't have that opportunity in college, it was for me to showcase something that I really love to do. So for you competing in this pageant, you'll have that access to UpLive. You can sign on and post videos of you singing or playing an instrument or what other talent, speed draw. I've seen that, speed painting on stage, and get recognition for that without even winning. So the evening gown competition, I decided to wear pants because there was nothing telling me I couldn't. So this was my evening gown pants. I don't know if you can tell in the photo, but I ended up wearing this number for my evening gown portion. And I mean, I think evening gown should reflect who you are. Again, the amount of money that you spend on this dress doesn't mean that you'll be more successful than someone else. So for me, I chose to wear pants, even though it wasn't as expensive as some of the other girls' dresses, but that's what I felt most confident in. There's a lot of other outfits that you'll need to invest in. For the interview portion, you want to wear something that's showcases your professional side. If you can imagine what it's like to go on that show Shark Tank, where you have to propose a business idea, or if you're going into an interview for a job that you really want. So something like this, without the sash, but something like this, just a nice fitting, simple dress that you feel good in, something that you feel like you can take on the world and speak upon what you want to do with this year that you'll have. So all of that was sort of my experience. But of course, what you do with your year is completely up to you. So my biggest piece of advice, if you do choose to compete, is to know why you want to. It's really important for you to be honest about why you want to win, why you want to just participate. If you think winning is completely out of the question for you, it's so important to know what your purpose is. If you want to compete because you don't feel beautiful and you want that experience of being glamorous, then you should compete. And you shouldn't feel badly about that. If your goal is to expand your professional career, to meet people, to develop skills that you can use elsewhere, that's also a great reason for you to participate. There's no right or wrong reason, but it's extremely important for you to know that deep down. For me, I always cared a lot about community service. I wanted to be a good representation of my culture and my family. And so for me, pageantry was a way to be less shy and to understand how to conduct myself in the professional world. And I think that worked out very well. So but one of the more exciting things that we're going to touch upon today are the prizes. I was blown away when I was reading what you're able to win. Of course, you'll win friendships and the connections and the experience, taking all those photos for your social media. That's extremely exciting. The ability to become a social media influencer, to make money from that, that's also very exciting. But the first, second, and third prize winners get something a little bit extra. So let's go through that real quick. So in third place, the young woman who wins third prize, she will be receiving a $1,000 scholarship. She'll also be receiving 7 days training in San Francisco. And that's, modeling, understanding how to navigate the modeling industry for a full 7 days. That's really cool. In second place is a $2,000 scholarship and 4-day training in San Francisco. And the first place winner will receive not only a crown, and not this one particularly, this one's mine, but a crown and a sash and $3,000 in scholarship money, the 7-day training in San Francisco, and of course, access to modeling agencies and workshops and things like that. So if you piece it all together, if you think about the number of women that are competing, of the $80 registration fee, of the Up Live experience leading up to the competition, personally, I can't think of any reason why you wouldn't want to at least try if it's something that you are interested in. I think, and additionally to the 3 prizes, the first, second, and third prizes, Any of the participants that want to attend the training can pay for that out of pocket in San Francisco and continue to compete. So even if this is your first experience and you're still trying to get your feet wet, you can still participate the training and continue with your experience. So I think that's a great learning opportunity if it's truly something you want to invest in. If it's always been a passion for you to enter the entertainment industry, to be a broadcaster, or to enter politics, to be on TV, I think this is a great way to get your feet wet in that sense. I don't see any questions in our live comments, so I'll just kind of go through the questions that I get often when people come up to me wanting to compete. The first question is, what do I need? I'm not that confident. Like, how am I supposed to be successful in pageants? And the secret is, most girls that compete in pageants aren't very confident. We are attracted to pageants because we want to be more confident. And so if you are someone that's a little bit more on the shy side, or, I don't know how to answer a question in front of a crowd, that's absolutely okay. Pageants are ultimately a learning tool for you to become a better version of yourself. So if you are more quiet, you don't know how to get started, the best thing that you can do is to just try. Let's see what else here. Another question that I usually get is, do I need to provide my own hair and makeup? So for me, I had to learn how to do that completely on my own. I'm not sure exactly about the rules and regulations of this particular pageant. That's something we need to iron out. But you could hire someone to do your hair and makeup before you show up, or it's something that you can learn on your own. That's something I had the pleasure of doing over many, many years. As I said, I bought all my makeup at CVS at the very beginning. So it's definitely not something that you have to break the bank over. I think that's basically it. Let me check. Ultimately, I think the memories of having this crown is more like a job that I look back on fondly. If you were to win this pageant, to go to San Francisco and win an international pageant, you are going to be working with modeling agencies. You're going to be, I think one of the things that I saw during your year would be a week-long trip to Dubai. You're going to be going to Australia on film sets. You're going to be working constantly in the entertainment industry. And so for me, while having a crown and sash, having these photos, this one is my favorite. These are two Miss Americas after I won the talent portion in that talent gown. But aside from the glamour, it is ultimately a job. So I think if you are looking for that next step in your life, participating in a pageant, investing yourself, interviewing for this position of being an international travel ambassador, this would be the place to get started. We are going to be here every step of the way. We have optional classes that you can sign up for if you do send in that registration fee that will be available. We will be hosting classes for every phase of competition, including interview, including talent, because it's sometimes not enough to just be a good public speaker, be a very talented singer or dancer. It's about learning how to present yourself and to showcase that on a stage. So if you have any additional questions, be sure to go to the DAsian Media website. We're going to be posting more information there in the coming weeks. We're going to be posting videos to get you guys updated. We did extend the registration date for when we will stop accepting applications, and that's going to be July 28th. So if there are any other questions, please reach out to us. We want to see you there. We want to see you succeed and thrive. So please don't hesitate to reach back out if you need us. But for now, that's it for me. We will definitely be seeing you guys soon. Take care.